What's happening, all you hip, cool cats? My name is Kit, and welcome to Chicago Reacts. And today we have a very special video to react to, and this one's kind of close to my heart because I actually played it on our Twitch channel. It was actually one of the last games I did play while I was on a schedule on Twitch, and it really stayed with me because it stood out and it reminded me of shows and the Adult Swim bumps from the early 2000s. Remember those old summer days and the years between 2000 to 2008, 2010? The Adult Swim bumps, the music, the anime shows that were playing. I'm talking about the game Stray, and it really stood out to me as a game that was a lot of fun to play. And of course, the game in the whole idea of the game Stray is that you play as a cat. So yes, while my name is Kit and I played as a cat, let's not go too far with the puns here, folks. So there you go. But this was a fun game to play, and I really liked it. I even got my friend, my wonderful colleague, the wonderful, incredible, outstanding Kira, who is not in the house right now, uh, to play the game as well, and she really liked it. I am very grateful that while I was scheduled to be on the Twitch channel, and I do plan on going back on very soon again, hopefully in the near future. Like I said, I got a lot of projects to work on, but maybe I'll get to revisit the world of Stray. But I had a lot of fun playing it, and I'm really interested to see the review of this game by videogamedunkey. So be sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe to his content, to his YouTube channel. That link to this video will be in the description box below. And also be sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe to Chicago Reacts. And hit that ring bell notification. That way you do know when we do go live or upload content. So be sure to check it out. But let's return to the world of Stray. It's called Stray Catview by videogamedunkey. And since I am the DJ, let's hit that play button. Well, one more time. So here we go. Oops. There you go. Let's hit that play button.
Stray is the new game from publisher Annapurna, but is this new game really the cat's meow, or are gamers being led astray? Let's get this out of the way. In this game, you play as a semi-realistic 3D cat. Just for that, this game is
Already, that was one of the reasons why I purchased it for Chicago Plays. But I even purchased it myself on my own stream account. So there you go. But yes, yes.
an automatic 10 out of 10 for most people. Honestly, one of the best games I've
Honestly, one of the best games I played. Every point in this game is full of love by the developers. It's cute, scary, often funny, sometimes sad, a roller coaster of emotions. That is true, it was, especially at the ending of the game.
played. Gorgeous game, I've had no crashes. Cat, this is what innovation looks like. The best indie game I have ever played. The question I want to pose is,
Oh, that part of the level. For those of you who followed us on Twitch, there was one level that I kept dying on, but I managed to get past it. Let's just say I died more than 9 times.
would people still care about this game if you didn't play as a cat? No.
No.
They wouldn't care about this at all. But
Nope.
you do play as a cat, and the cat is fun to control. Stray does a pretty good job.
Yeah, and again, what really maybe this was my own perspective, but playing the game, especially in the intro parts, and even when you're in the abandoned city, it was like something from adults, like something that you would see on Adult Swim. The music, the animation, it just seemed something from the early 2000s. The music, just the way everything was set up. And then again, for those of you who watched Adult Swim way back in the early 2000s or still listen to the great classic Adult Swim bumps that you could find on YouTube, I still listen to them too. It just had that feel to it, you know? Um, and maybe I'm not describing it well enough. So if anyone in the comment section below has a better description, please type it in there because at least that's how I felt. And I guess maybe just seeing the wide shots of the city and also I guess the living environment, it just really just stood out to me. I enjoyed playing it. I would give it 2 paws up.
Of capturing that signature cat-like slinkiness. Your movements are very nimble, and a big part of that is because the game cheats for you a lot. Crossing a beam or a pipe is a foregone conclusion. You
Okay, yeah, that's one thing that I was surprised by because I thought like, "Oh, no, I'm crossing a beam. Can I keep myself balanced?" But I didn't have to worry about falling off. But I didn't mind it too much, but I could understand how maybe more seasoned veteran gamers would be like, "Oh, well, where's the challenge in that?" I could understand that perspective.
don't have to
And by the way, again, those Zerg eggs or Zerg eggs, those things were goddamn disgusting.
balance yourself. The cat is just going to cross it perfectly every time. Jumping is very knack-like.
We've de-emphasized jumps within that context.
To jump somewhere, you just look at where you want to land, press A, and the cat pounces there automatically. If that sounds limiting, that's because it is, but it also keeps the game's pacing in check and ensures that players of any skill level can slide around with grace. Even though you aren't fully in control, there's a real novelty in exploring the world as a cat. You can say this. You can say this.
Yeah.
There's a meow button. Because you're so
Hey, after all, it wouldn't be a good old Kit Kat review if there was no cat sounds.
small, things like a stack of books or a
And never forget the day of October 11th. That's right. And I know we're in the spooky, scary months of October.
chair or a pulled-out drawer become your platforms. You can crawl through tiny vents and holes with ease. You don't even have to slow down. The cat just ducks his head down and slides right through. There's a satisfying slipperiness in how you can so easily traverse through even the most cramped and awkward terrain.
Yeah.
However, this is not a game that is going to wow you with its mechanics. They are there to mitigate frustration and draw your attention to the fancy graphics and great sound effects.
Yeah.
The animation on the cat as he winds up his jump and launches his springy spine out to make a tall leap, the subtle pitter-patter of your paws on the pavement, the way you can dart through a crack in the door. In a game like Stray, those little extra touches go a long way, which is a shame because there's a lot of little things where the developers definitely cut some corners.
Yeah. I felt sometimes the game was a little cut short, but I'm willing to give it a pass because for me, it was something new to play as, and I'm still gonna just give it a thumbs up. So I understand what he's saying. But I was at least able to defeat the game though. So I mean, there we go. I mean, yeah, but I felt maybe there could have been a little bit more, but all in all, it was a fun adventure game.
You can knock all sorts of
Yep.
items off of tables and ledges, but these items don't have a proper sense of weight
Okay, that didn't happen to me in the game where a mug was flying.
to them. Sometimes when you're rounding a corner, you get this slick animation. Other times, the cat will awkwardly rotate his entire body. This was here for the whole game. Robots don't have a stair climbing animation. Sometimes items will magically fly into the cat's mouth. Sometimes instead of doing a cool animation, the screen just fades to black. Oh, ta-da, it happened off screen. Because some of the animations are so lifelike and believable, the constant snapping and rough edges really stick out. In a
Okay, I'm gonna be real here. Some of that stuff might have passed my attention, but I still thought the game was a lot of fun.
larger, more gameplay-focused game, I wouldn't even bother mentioning this kind of stuff, but Stray is only 5 hours long and is very clearly emphasizing its presentation over everything else. Something that I really appreciate about games in this genre like Inside, Journey, Flower, Abzu, is how they are able to communicate their stories entirely through visuals and sound. Stray is the odd cat out here with its
Oh, B12. Your heroism will not be forgotten, my friend. Rest A. W in the chat for B12. He saved the world, folks.
reliance on cheapo text boxes which feel like a lame band-aid to cover for missing content. While I did enjoy prowling around its cyberpunk setting as a cat, that's really all Stray has to offer. This is the type of game that should be overflowing with Easter eggs and subtle details which just aren't there. The developers play their entire hand very early and struggle to fill this very short game with enough twist and surprises.
What the story kind of fails to acknowledge is I am a cat.
Why am I being positioned as a selfless Gordon Freeman type hero battling head crabs for the betterment of civilization? If a cat was going to save the world, it would either be on accident or...
I love that keyboard scene. I was walking around the keyboard for a very long time. For those of you who do own cats, I'm pretty sure all of you are all too familiar where you're working on your little keyboard. I don't think any of you will be able to see this. Here it is, keyboard right here. And your favorite little kitten or cat would just come up to you, look you straight in your human eyes and say, "Why aren't you paying attention to me?" and lay down on the keyboard.
because they wanted to drink some milk. For
And also to be very clear here too, um, we all know that if the Earth was truly flat, cats would have knocked everything off of it already.
an indie game, it's hard to stomach how many elements here feel ripped from the Ubisoft playbook. Stray is not even in the same ballpark as a masterful cat game like Bowser's Fury, nor is it as theatrical and moving as other games in its genre. But, I mean, come on. It's better than Bubsy.
All right, that was a fun review and a good memory to look back at. Yes, I played Stray. I started it and I finished the game. And I think the one scene that really stood out the most for me was the ending when the adventure's all done and the door is open for you to leave the city. And you know what that clean control room area reminded me of? It reminded me of like an airport terminal where, it's sort of like that feeling you're either about to leave or come back home. And that terminal area, think about all the people that have walked in and out of that area. They're traveling, they're either flying off to a location or returning back home. And whatever stories they have, they take with them as soon as they leave that terminal area. And that even though you're playing as a cat, as you're leaving that area, you feel a bittersweet ending. Like your adventure's over and now you leave onto your next adventure. And yeah, that was um that was a nice game to play. And for those of you who at least joined me while I was playing that on Twitch, I thank you. And for those of you sitting here watching this YouTube reaction video, I thank you as well. Type in the comment section below if you played the game. What are your thoughts of it? What were your favorite parts of the game? I mean, the one creepy part was that one area with all those giant eyeballs in it, where you meet the hive mind of the Zerg or however you pronounce it. I mean, that was creepy as hell. Um, I really like the robot characters too. Rest in peace, B12. Type in the comment section below, what were your thoughts on the game? Because I had a lot of fun. I really liked it, and despite its flaws, I'm willing to turn a blind eye and say that it was quite perfect. Okay, enough with the puns. All right, my name is Kit. I'm out of here. Thank you for enjoying Chicago Reacts. Take care, and bye bye.